house basement alarms went off, and I was like, okay, that's not good. So I was trying to get a hold of my siblings, and they weren't answering. So I was like, I was doing the episode, right? I was like kind of freaking out. Like, what do I do? Do I leave and drive because I live in Mississauga, or poor credit? Anyways, it all ended up working out when somebody went. But yeah, I have to answer. That's the first time I think I've actually answered a call during the episode. Phone rings. It does.
How
ring,
long were you
like,
on the phone? Like, were you just like, was it like a 20-minute?
I just stepped away for maybe a minute. But like, it does ring too because when we'd order like, we'd order food sometimes or with snacks, whatever, drinks for the guests. So the thing with the ring, and the problem too is that we'll buzz them in, but our stairwell's kind of shitty. So like when you get buzzed in, you have to like go to the top of the stairs. You have 20 seconds, and you have to pull that door. But so many people don't realize that like we're on that. Like, that's the second floor because there's a small landing that's like ground, like be like 1.5, and then there's 2. They just like get stuck there, and they call us again. Then one of us has to run out to get them, or Danny's got to run out.
Dude.
Or sometimes when we even have like, we'll have like not an audience, we'll have a couple people here.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because then people just start showing up. We're like, oh, we got so and so on the pod, and it's not like we invite people, but people know we normally record same time, same day, whatever. And then you'll just be like, middle of episode, I'll leave my phone up like this. I'm like, who's buzzing in? All right, well, accept them. And then someone just rolls through. Like, the more the merrier.
That's dope.
No, it's good.
But Preston, man, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's since been a couple weeks since I last saw you at the showcase.
A couple weeks, I think so.
Drake,
Drake,
Drake Underground.
The Drake Underground.
Just get it set up so you have your sound good. Tilt the mic like down a little so it's kind of like pointing right at you.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Should we
we're good.
Get your nice voice projecting on there?
Yeah.
You know, I was actually listening to one of those tracks on the way down. You have such like a I don't want to say an old person voice, but like it doesn't match your like age. You know, like you're obviously, I don't know how old you are, but you're fairly
21.
Young. Yeah, you're fairly young. It's like a very mature voice.
That's good.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I think I don't know. Like when I started singing, it was slightly different. I listened to like a lot of like ballad singers, so I kind of just like adapted a little bit of that like older, mature kind of sound. Just through listening to their music kind of thing. Adapted that sound.
Where'd you get a lot of your inspiration from specifically? Is there like any artists or?
Yeah, my favorite artist is definitely Justin Bieber. I always say like,
okay,
if I could sound like one artist, I would hope it would be him, just because I've always been a fan. Like I remember the first time I saw his video come on, it was the Family Channel. I was watching the Family Channel, and that shit like
good wholesome moment.
Yeah,
you must have been like really young.
I was young. Yeah. I don't even remember how old I was, but it was
because Justin Bieber for you is like Backstreet Boys for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like the same age. It's
kind of like
younger
the same.
Than him, right?
Yeah, I'm younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it was his song One Time. Like, I'ma tell you one time, I'ma tell you. And I was like in the kitchen at the time, and that shit came on, and I was like, what is this? And I look at the screen, it's like this little flippy hair teenage.
That's Baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was one time.
Oh, I thought it was
I'ma tell you one time.
Baby's a different song.
Oh, same album. Okay, I thought it was the same song.
Yeah, it's like same era, but like.
Do you know the hair flip?
Yeah.
To get the little thing back.
Yeah, it's funny enough.
You have that hair?
I used to have that hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
It never worked because I have like thick hair.
Curly hair.
It was like Lego hair. It was just like stuck on my head, and I would try to flick it, and it never worked. But
Did you like purposely like style it down? And everything?
Yeah, I used to brush it, have to like soak it with water because it was naturally like goes up.
Yeah.
And it's still
My brother had hair that looked like him. It was a little bit like thicker too, but his hair like falls down.
Yeah.
And he had that haircut.
I can picture a brother with that haircut.
There's like a picture where he legitimately looks like he has Justin Bieber hair. And I don't know if he did it purposely because I don't know if he's like maybe a big fan.
Maybe
of him, I don't know, but he had.
I feel like everyone at one point had a similar hairstyle. Like it was just such a popular hairstyle. Everyone.
Did you?
No, my hair's thick. Like your point, my hair's thick. Like my hair, I have long hair again. I don't take my hat off. It's kind of fucked up today. I didn't really wash my hair thoroughly. It's looking rough shape, but I have thick hair too, so it kind of goes all over the place. My hair doesn't fall like downwards.
What would you call like that hairstyle?
Mine?
Yeah, what would you call it?
It's a good
flow.
Question. Karen?
Flow, just flow.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like, I don't know. Just I have a lot of hair. Like I have, even when I grow it out, I have to go like every 3 months to get it like just not even cut short, just like thin it out, like take hair out of it.
They use those scissors with the little prongs in them?
Yeah, that like stains the space. Yeah, you know, those haircuts, eh?
I never got my hair thinned out. I wonder what that would do.
What's your
maybe then I could do the flick if I got it thinned out.
For next concert, we're just gonna see him just on stage.
So Justin Bieber's a big inspiration, but
yeah, definitely. I listen to a lot of Justin Bieber. The Weeknd is also a big inspiration for me as an artist.
Yeah, Weeknd's just like super talented.
Yeah, he's just the coolest artist ever. Yeah. Like, it's from everything from his style, the sound of his music,
like that MJ inspiration too.
Yeah, everything
like,
about it I love. Yeah,
he's very very consistent in his sound too. Like I don't go to a ton of concerts, but I've somehow seen him like 4 times, and I always say that of most artists, like a lot of artists sound similar. Like, you know, unless you're getting someone. I mean, if you go like see. I don't want to name names, but it's like some, I know we've seen rap artists that like don't sound anything the same as what their album sounds like. But The Weeknd like just is the same. You can, if you were just in a room and you listen, you didn't know if he was singing or had a CD play, like one of his records, right? He
that
sounds
good.
the same.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell if he's. It almost looks like he's lip singing because that's how talented.
No, for sure.
Very very good, very powerful voice.
Yeah,
just
insane.
Like,
yeah.
So for the most part, you're very like your inspiration too is like coincidental. Like it's a lot of Canadian talent as well.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I didn't really think about that, but yeah. I listen to a lot of music. Like I would never not listen to anything. Like I'm not picky when it comes to kind of like the same thing with food. Like I try anything once. But yeah, recently I've actually been listening to a lot of blues music from like the 60s, 50s.
Oh, really?
This artist named John Lee Hooker. I don't know if you guys, but yeah,
I
he's
think
really
I've
dope.
heard that name before.
Yeah, he's just like a classic blues, like super old, just guitar, like stomp, nothing else, just press record, go type shit. Is really dope music.
And that's your go-to right now.
Yeah, like right now, that's what I've been listening to the most. That, and I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. I always
really
a lot of like I like stand-up comedy, so I just listen to a bunch of comedian, like they have podcasts.
Who's kind of your go-to?
Right now is a podcast called Tiger Belly. So it's a stand-up comedian named Bobby Lee and like his girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee's funny, man.
Yeah, I love Bobby. He's like probably my favorite stand-up comedian, but yeah.
I watch I don't listen to his podcast, but like I'll usually go I use YouTube a lot. Probably the app I use the most. Don't know why. But I'll always like go find like highlight clips of things I want to see.
Do you have YouTube Pro or whatever?
Oh,
I
premium?
got it. I never wanted to sign
premium.
up for it. I didn't care of the ads, but then one day I was like, it's like what, $3? I'm like, whatever. Like I use YouTube probably the most. Like I don't have. I mean, I have cable, but I don't really watch it. Like I'll sit. My girlfriend, I would like sit and put like vlogs on or like watch I'll watch comedy highlights. But what I do, I had for a while I was watching like mashups or highlight reels of like those kind of comedy podcasts that would be like Tiger Belly or Fighter and the Kid or Chris D'Elia's and all those things. And the ones with Bobby Lee on them, man, like some of the shit he says and does is insane. And they're like, he's a very funny guy.
He's hilarious.
He's really good. But yeah, those guys in general, like I guess they're all kind of rolling the same circles.
Yeah.
So when they kind of cross over,
it's
got
funny.
like Theo Von.
Theo Von's. I still don't understand how his brain works.
His brain is
insane.
like, so you know what Theo Von is? He's a comedian from, I think he's from like Louisiana.
I'm like the only person that doesn't watch like any like stand-up comedy. I'm like the guy that watches like the stand-up that's big on Netflix 3 months later. Yeah. Like the Kevin Hart special that everyone talked about. I watched it like 3 months late. And I'm like, oh, you remember that joke he said? I was like, Rick, we talked about this like months ago.
It's old news, man.
Yeah, it's
old
like,
news.
get with it.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Theo Von is one of the stuff that he says, and it's in his podcast. And it's interesting because comedy podcasts, like when you listen to them, a lot of times it's like comedians, you can tell they're like thinking through things, like the way they're trying to develop like bits.
Yeah.
I know that Theo Von does it a lot, and even like Chris D'Elia on his does it a lot, where you can tell they're like trying to workshop stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But Theo Von is one of the craziest guys, like, in terms of like wit and one-liners and clever puns. Like
insane.
It just doesn't make sense how he thinks of the stuff he thinks.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think I could ever do it though. Honestly, like that, the thought of getting on a stage and like trying to tell a joke is so like that's so scary.
Yeah, I agree.
Who did we have on recently? Oh, the comedian. Yeah, Keith Pedro. So he's a Toronto guy. He actually got nominated for Comedy Album of the Year. The Trilipino. That was the album. Yeah, Trilipino was a comedy album. But he also tours all over the US, like doing his comedy stand-up and stuff. Super funny doing it. So I was just telling you off air, like we normally don't talk sex, drugs, and politics. You're not going to tell a comedian.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk sex, drugs.
You can't.
I think within 5 minutes, he told
topic.
a story. I don't even want to say it again, but told us like crazy story that basically hit all those points within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
And it's just like we couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
but just like funny dude.
That's one thing I could never do either. I don't think I could be a comedian. I don't think I'm that funny to begin with. But even if I was kind of funny, like I don't know, standing on like it's pretty hard. Like especially when you see guys on stage. Like, I've been to a comedy show once or twice. I saw Rogan on stage at Scotiabank.
That's dope.
Which is pretty cool. That was my first comedy show ever going to. A buddy invited me. But I went to a comedy club near Young and Eglinton. And it was pretty funny. I got stuck in we got put in the front row, which is kind of like scary when you're like, he's a fan too, because like you're just basically
you get picked on.
You're gonna get us.
How old are you?
Oh, this is like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, I thought you were gonna be like when you were younger.
No, but you know,
kind of short, thicker kid, like just getting roasted sitting front row.
You know, the crazy part is, I actually got complimented more than anything. It was the craziest thing.
Really?
Like
Yeah, the guy.
My man slipped him on 20 at the beginning of the show. Hey, don't jerk me. I'm on a date.
No, two
Make me look
comedians
good, bro.
came
Make
out
me
and
look good.
they one of the guys like what? Because I had I had long hair at the time. Anyways, not relevant, but yeah, I had long hair, and the guy comes on stage and he goes. He's like he's going around the front row, like kind of picking at people. He's like, "Oh, look at this guy. This guy's an Adonis." This like hyping me up, and then kind of making jokes a little bit too. So I got kind of unscathed, but it is kind of intimidating. But on the flip side, like what I was saying is being on stage, trying to like figure material out and make people laugh, and sometimes the audience is feeling it. Like that is like it's pretty scary because like if you go to a concert as a singer, like. You kind of know what you're getting. It's not like you're going to come out and say, let me try a new voice today.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, well, what the hell's going on? But a comedian, you're trying something new probably almost every night.
Yeah. I think
That's a good point, George.
You know?
Yeah.
I literally just thought of that now. So
No, it makes sense though. Because when you're a comedian, like there's going to be some days where you get up there and you got no fucking laughs and you're standing there like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that would be like the worst part is like telling the joke and then not getting a laugh.
Yeah.
I would probably go into like this panic mode in my head.
Because a lot of times the sets are like the jokes will follow each other through the set, right? Like, and they'll make the comeback jokes. And that's like the whole idea. Imagine you make your first joke and nobody laughs, and you're using that like comeback joke like an hour later.
And that's pure Ricky. Ricky's all about the comeback joke.
I love comeback jokes. Like, if something funny happens in the beginning of the episode, I'm bringing it back like 10 minutes later.
There's actually a brick on this wall.
Who was it?
Ronnie Ray.
Yeah, I can't wait for the callback
because now it's more like that was a very early episode in the studio because Ricky like there'll be a joke, we have a laugh, whatever, and somehow in every episode Ricky calls it back. He finds a way to pull it back. So like the guests know we do it. So if Ricky was a comedian and his first joke didn't stick, he'd be
I'm getting off stage.
Yeah,
I'm just like, all right, guys, thanks, appreciate it. Go get your money back at the front desk. I'm out.
That's it.
But yeah, but George was saying, as a performer, as a musician, you know. People will like your sound. So it's not like you're going somewhere where no one's expecting you to sound like something different. It's not like maybe if you're using like auto-tune or something for the first time, then that would maybe. But again, people know what you sound like. They know what your sound is. Yeah. So it's like, if you perform a new song, it might not be like the biggest hit for them, but at least they know it's your sound. It's still you, right?
Yeah. I think too, because when you're starting out, like for me, I just had my first show like not too long ago and it went great, but it wasn't like
I feel bad. I missed your set. I literally came right when you were ending or something. I got the rose though. I thought that was cool.
That's dope. Yeah.
I gave it to my friend. She's like, Ricky, I don't care for flowers. I was like,
tell her you should have told her to scan the little card on it. It would have went right to my song. Yeah.
I did scan it actually. Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I got the song on iTunes. Yeah, or Apple Music, whatever.
There we go. But yeah, I think, because like the show that I did, I wasn't like headlining the show or anything, and I think that like kind of made me a bit more nervous because no one's actually coming to see you, right? Like they're not paying. If it'd be different if people were actually paying to come see you, like I want to go see like this person perform. I feel like that would take some of the edge off, but because like if you're opening, you know what I mean, like people they might not necessarily know who you are, what you sound like, so you kind of like, it's scary because you're like, now I gotta try harder. Because,
were you nervous?
Oh bro, I was so nervous. Like I remember right before, there's like 3 steps to get on to the stage. I was standing at the bottom of the steps like right before I went on, and I was just jumping, like shaking my whole body, trying to be like, yo, because I felt so like tight. I was so nervous, man. But as soon as I got onto the stage and like the song started, within like 20 seconds, everything just kind of went away. And I had heard artists and people say that about shows, like, don't worry, like once you get on stage, everything goes away. And I was like, there's no way. Like right before getting on stage, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna shake this nervousness. Like I was just so nervous, but it ended up everything went away as soon as I got on.
Do you see people in the crowd? We've got so many artists, and they all say the same thing. It's like it's just a blur out there. Like you might see like front row, you might like recognize your brother or your sister, like your mom, dad, whatever. But after that, it's just a blur.
Yeah, if people are like really close, then you'll see them. But as soon as you look like up the tiniest bit, it's just like bright lights because all the lights are right above you and they're just like beaming right down into your face. But yeah, it is weird. You can't really see. You can't make eye contact unless people are like right in front of you.
I know, but that's always so cool when like you see like people at like, I don't know, Scotiabank Arena or like Madison Square Gardens when they like connect with the fans. You see like the video from like the fans' perspective. You're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, especially in a huge venue like that because there's thousands of people. So to get that one like moment where the artist is looking right in your eye, that's crazy.
Actually, you want to know a random story? I don't think I've ever told this on the podcast. One of my like childhood idols was like Justin Timberlake.
Dope.
Your Bieber is my Timberlake. Bit like huge Justin Timberlake fan, like massive. So when I go to see all his shows, if he plays back-to-back nights, I'll go back-to-back concerts. I don't
Hell
care.
Yeah, bro.
So I dated this girl. We broke up, whatever, like 6 months, and I was gonna go to the Timberlake concert with her. We break up. Justin Timberlake concerts there. I go with like a friend or something. I don't even remember if I went with my new girlfriend or if I went with a buddy. I can't remember. So he's going around the crowd. He's got the stage that comes out like to the middle of the crowd. Doesn't he like he starts singing, all of a sudden like looks to the crowd, gives the mic to someone to like sing like one little part. Isn't it my fucking ex-girlfriend?
No.
Did I ever tell you that?
Did she sing?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, she sang. And
Was
like there's
good?
a video of like her on the phone. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And like my seats were sick.
Yeah.
My seats were great. But I don't know how she
got to sing with him though.
And I know she didn't have those seats, but somehow she finessed her way down there.
She went with a bigger Justin Timberlake fan, I guess.
Maybe
he had better seats.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he saw her because she was obviously good looking. But yeah, I don't think I've ever told you guys.
How long was it like? How much time in between you guys breaking up and the show? Like what was
maybe like not even 6 months. Like still kind of fresh. Where I'm like,
I thought you were gonna say like a few days or something.
No,
I was like, damn, that would have been crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's wild, though.
I'm like, oh my god. And then I went back the next night for the second show, and I was like, if this fucking is there, I'm gonna lose it.
She gets to sing again.
Yeah.
Twice in a row.
I know the worst part is because then you see some of that shit, you're obviously like creeping her. Like then I'm like on Instagram later that night, being like watching all her friends like repost her videos of like on the jumbotron. I'm like, man, that's actually wild. But
that is dope. I wish that was me, bro. I would love to sing with Justin Timberlake.
Same, man.
That'd be sick.
You guys ever see the clips where like girls will be front row and they're all hyped up and the guy will give them like this artist will give them the mic and they're just so nervous that their voice is like, oh, it's just so busted.
They're
Like they're just like because they don't know what's happening and it catches them off guard. Every time I see those, I cry laughing. I think it's like because you feel like you're so happy for them because like they get this moment, but then you know that like it's so bittersweet because they're probably like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. What the chance it happens to me? But now I'm going to be a meme. That's like,
because I sound
forever.
crazy. Yeah.
So it's like, do you feel good that you're picked and that like 15 seconds of fame, or I don't know.
Nah, it's the one.
What would you do if the mic came to you?
Oh, I'm belting it at the top.
You
of my
have
lungs.
to. I feel like that's the only way to do it. Like,
yeah, but you haven't heard me sing, bro.
Trust
Trust me, you haven't heard me sing.
Yeah, maybe after I hear you sing, it'll be different.
Timberlake would be like, and no, give me the mic back.
Yeah,
actually,
you're one note and yank it back.
Man, we actually went karaoke the other night. Yeah, Saturday
I didn't
night.
sing once for the first time.
We did it, and one of my go-to songs is Ja Rule, Always on Time. So someone put it on. I was like, I got this. But the difference was at this karaoke place, there was no background music. No background vocals, just the actual sound.
Oh, so it was just you.
Yeah. In my mind,
you were the star.
I'm
bro.
killing it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely killing it. Like, I'm like, I know every word. I don't even need to see the words on the screen. I'm absolutely killing it. My friend, Sam Melly, she posted a video the next day. And like that night, I didn't even think. I just like reshared it.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning. You ever like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? How did I reshare this for people to see? And I'm like, 500 people have seen this already. I'm like, delete instantly. I'm like,
is it that bad? I didn't remember.
It was terrible. Like, look, I know I suck. I got heart though. I got heart. But it was so bad. I couldn't even listen to it. I was like, oh my God, this is actually so bad. But heat of the moment, I thought.
I feel like as long as in that moment you were confident, that's all that matters, bro.
I agree with that.
That's all that matters, bro.
Look, it's easy to do it. Like, I mean, we all go to karaoke and like we used to go a lot more. We don't go as much.
I've never actually been to like.
No?
See, but that's good. You shouldn't go to karaoke. Good people who can sing should not be allowed to go to karaoke before.
I feel like I wouldn't want to sing at karaoke because I feel like everyone there would be like, oh, like, look at this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Like,
yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always felt like that.
Rick's the most confident guy I know, but I feel like he would be insecure at karaoke or something like that. Because this guy's like not insecure about anything. Like very, very low shame. But he would probably like, even if his song came out, I feel like he wouldn't go up. He'd be like, fuck this. I'm not going up.
Fuck this. We would go to like not open mic night, but like open big room karaoke. Because a lot of times we do private room karaoke, right? So you're in a room like
that's almost always
a third of this size, right? And you have like your 8, your 10 friends. And you get to sing as many times.
Oh, so you're just with like your own.
Yeah, you're with your own little people. Yeah.
Oh,
so that's why it's not bad.
It's not that bad.
You can order like drinks, like everything.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Cool. They have that here in Toronto.
Yeah, Chinatown, man. Dundas and Spadina.
That's
wild. There's like three.
No, actually, no. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Tell them one we don't go to. It's called
in the East End, Danforth.
There's actually a few in the city. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah,
that is
cool vibe.
I was saying. So one night we went to like big room karaoke, right? So it was like 100 people there. It was at
it's a
the Office
bro.
Pub. Yeah, the Office Pub at John and Adelaide, across the street from the Hooters. And I went there.
Why is that a necessary detail? You just said John and Adelaide.
Because people
that's how you
everybody
remember
knows that
it.
Hooters, right? Like, so like very, that's a big guy. I'm flustered. I'm thinking about boobs now. Sorry. So across the street from the Hooters.
No sex talk, bro.
Yeah, no sex talk. He knows it. So I went there one night and I'm like, I can't remember who I was with or what I was doing, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sing. Why not?
Yeah.
Put my name down. Like there's like maybe 10 names in front of me. Cool, whatever. Don't care. I'm like gonna wait, having a drink. Person goes up to sing, and this person was like phenomenal, like an amazing singer. I was like, all right, well, fuck, what are the odds of that? This person was like amazing. Next person goes up, person's amazing.
Yeah.
Third person goes up, amazing. I'm like, yo, fuck this person, I'm getting out of here, man. I don't want to sing anymore. Like, crazy.
Did you end up going up or no?
No, we ended up just leaving because it was like 45 minutes, and like I wasn't even in like the top 5 anymore. Or like before your name's called.
Okay, yeah.
Because they had like the names on the screen. And I'm like, hey, we've been here, we've heard at least 10 songs. How am I not even within the next 5, right? So we ended up just leaving, but thank God, because my ego would have been bruised big time. You hear me like, drops of Jupiter.
That's not how you sing. You sing worth it. Yeah, right? Should I dumb it down for us?
That was not bad, bro. That was all right.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
When did you like pick up singing, learn to sing? Have you always done it since like?
I mean, I've always liked to sing. Like I feel like everyone likes to sing, karaoke and whatnot. But I always sang around the house like as a kid, and I've always loved music. Like I played the drums. That was kind of how I started.
Same.
Getting into music.
Couldn't learn to sing, though, I'll tell you that. If there's some kind of skill that transitions from drum to singing, I didn't get that one.
You know what's weird? We've actually talked about how you've been a drummer on so many episodes lately.
Because I was sick.
So you actually were a drummer?
I wasn't that good, but yes, I was. Yeah.
How long did you play the drums for?
Pardon me?
How long did you play for?
I picked it up in grade 7. I think I played till about grade 12.
Okay, that's
and
a
then
good amount of time.
when I went to university, because my parents bought me a drums. I started picking it up in grade 7. And then my parents bought me a drum set and then like soundproof my room and everything. So I played. Like,
that's dope.
I really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I had a drum set.
I knew you had a drum set. I didn't know you had a soundproof room.
Yeah, my room in the base. You never came to my old house, did you?
No.
Because I was lived there in the first year. We moved in the second in first year at the end of the summer of going into second year.
Do you still have like your drum kit?
No, we gave them away. My dad, we gave them to a friend. What do you make?
I was just thinking about the Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Don't touch my drum set. That's George with his brother
movie.
for sure.
Oh man, I was like, I played. But then when I was in university, I started picking up. I got into like electronic music, EDM, and stuff like that. So I started picking up like DJing because frat brother of mine was a DJ. Like he played our parties, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like I've never used turntables, whatever. And a lot of it's like keeping tempo and knowing what sounds together, what keys go together. So it was pretty easy for me to pick up. So I kept doing that through university, and then I still every now and then will dabble. But yeah, and I played drums for a bit. I was never like I was not like super good or anything. I mean, I was probably like very average.
Yeah, it's a hard instrument to play.
Like Ricky singing, I thought I was I was the next Travis Barker for sure. Like I told a story. We recently had.
That's hilarious.
Is it coming out before or after?
Bro, I just picture you on stage at your high school like talent.
Rocking out, bro.
I picture you at your high school talent show with those like fake sleeves with all the tattoos.
I'm not that like shave my head. No, but I told a story to guests we had to friends of ours, John Famos, great band. I was telling them that the first time I played, I was we had a band like in grade like 8. We played at the talent show or something. We put on a concert for the school, and we played Smoke on the Water or something, some easy song.
Yeah.
But I was playing and we didn't have a lead singer. We were just playing like, there's basically instrumental, I guess. So never dawned on me. And Travis from John Payne was like, wow, that's a good way to be successful as a band, not have a vocalist.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
Straight
it.
instruments.
Yeah,
bro.
but as I was playing it, I thought
instrumental band.
yeah, this makes no sense. It's so awful. I literally didn't think about it till now. That's almost like 20 years ago when I was like, I haven't clicked in my head.
So what were the instruments in the band? Drum,
bass, and guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, and basically that's it. We set ourselves up for failure. Now
No
that
one ever like offered to like, yo, can I sing with you?
No, honestly.
Like
I did.
Oh,
They were like, no.
well, I probably would have been better off even having just you sing. But anyways, when I was playing, I thought I was like killing on stage because I can only hear the drums. I'm like, wow, people are going nuts. It's amazing. At the end of the thing, they kept looking back at me, and I was like, oh, these guys, I must be firing them up. And then we get off stage, and they're like, George, like, what's wrong with you, man? I said, what do you mean? They're like, you were like 8 bars ahead the whole time. Like, do you not know? I was like, and I guess because I was so nervous, like to your point, I was like so tense that I was like tone deaf to everything else.
You're just playing through.
Oh, like high speed, smoke on the water at like double time. So it was like, so the guitar, bass, and me didn't even match up.
Wow.
That was the end of my career. I kept playing the drums recreationally, but
what did you guys come like? What was your place in the talent show after that?
I don't even know.
Participation medal.
No, I don't even think we got. I don't even think it was like a talent show. I think it was just like our music teacher let us put on a show or something. I don't even remember.
It was like a charity.
It's a bit of a blur. I still remember what the stage.
But your parents said that they didn't even clap, eh?
No, they didn't come. Thank God. I would have threw my drum set away immediately. They would have sold it on eBay.
It's like, this is what we spent all this money on, George.
We soundproofed your room and everything.
Yeah,
soundproofed your room for this.
Probably so they didn't have to hear
bro.
it. Now that I think about it, it's probably so they didn't have to hear me play the
I don't know why
drums.
I'm laughing so hard. I just picture like little short, stumpy George.
Yeah, with highlights in his hair. Yeah, that was me.
Frosted tips.
I think I probably wore like a full like
fuck's
Old
sake.
Navy like yellow tracksuit or something like that. Frosted tips. Just thinking I'm the God's
The
gift. to
tracksuit
drums.
was probably fire. That sounds cool.
And now like, I would wear it today.
I've never
Back
seen a
then-
drummer in a tracksuit, but
Never seen a band without a lead singer either.
that
You're
too.
different. You're built different.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough.
Y'all were
about
ahead
me.
of your time, bro, and ahead of the music too, bro. You're 8 bars ahead.
It was hey,
Giddy this
That's
episode.
you know what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And you learn from your mistakes along the way. But anyways, you were saying you transitioned from drumming. Well, let's hear about good stories about music, not my shit stories about not knowing how to put a band together and play music.
I started playing the drums when I was like 8 or 9.
Wow.
I was young, and then I played for 4 or 5 years, and then I kind of just naturally transitioned. My brother, who was 2 years older than me, he was playing the guitar at the time, taking lessons. I was taking drum lessons, he was taking guitar. But yeah, after I stopped playing the drums, I just kind of transitioned into guitar. I would search up like YouTube videos, how to play this song, how to play that song. I learned like the basic chords or whatever. And once I knew how to play.
Did you know how to read music, or were you just kind of going like
I could
drum
read,
line kind of shit?
Yeah, I could read, like my drum teacher would write out like drum patterns or whatever for me to play. I could read that, but I can't read like any other kind of music, just drum. But I probably can't read music anymore. It's been years. But yeah, I transitioned into guitar, and once I started playing these songs, I just felt like someone needed to sing. Like if it wasn't gonna be me, someone had to sing these songs.
At least you figured that out.
They never figured that one out.
Yeah, I got to that step. So once I got to that step, I just started singing. Like I said, I had always sang in the shower, sang just for fun. But once I could actually play the guitar, I just felt the need to sing. So started singing, and then that kind of just led into me writing my own songs. And then I would write songs here and there on the guitar, and then I started recording them. But I should definitely not leave out my brother, because he was a huge part in like me becoming an artist. He was making music for a long time, like before me. So yeah, he's, like I said, 2 years older than me. So he was making music since he was probably like 13, 14. So I was always around him when he was making music, because he would just record in his bedroom at our house. So yeah, it was like a very organic progression into me becoming an artist. There was never a time where I looked at myself and was like, I want to be an artist. It just kind of, like I said, started playing the drums. I was in choir when I was in elementary school, all that musical shit. And then, yeah, now I'm here singing.
Did I ever tell you how I was the only guy to get cut from my choir? in grade
You got
3.
cut from a choir?
I got cut from
That's
choir,
rough, bro.
They take everybody, and I got cut.
So at that moment, you did like you're like the like little engine that could. Eh? Like
No, I'm the little engine that could.
You did,
but I tried.
I mean, like, because you keep singing and keep wanting to sing, you just couldn't take that as a sign of like, hey, maybe I should just not do this.
Yeah, I was the only guy to get cut. I think it might have been the only person, but I was definitely the only guy
That's
to get
crazy,
cut.
bro. How
And,
did that make you
I know
feel,
they
though?
needed guys because there were only like 5 guys in the choir.
That must have made you feel like not great.
No, I
Getting
don't give a fuck. I tried out next year too.
Oh, really?
No, I'm-
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Wild.
care. Yeah,
I would
Very
probably
persistent.
never sing again if I got
no,
cut
man,
from a
it's
choir.
okay. I get cut from one team, I'm going to the next
That's
team.
crazy.
I'll just keep trying out, and I won't practice either. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm good. I'm killing it.
Did you play sports?
Oh
growing
yeah,
up?
play a lot of sports.
Yeah.
I was a sports guy. Not
Okay.
that I was that athletic kind, not the creative music
Yeah.
kind.
What sports? Did you guys both play sports?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played a bunch, but wasn't really good at any of them. Just kind of mediocre at most.
That's same. I'm not. I had so with sports for me, I was like I classify myself as a sports guy. Like I like sports, but I was probably like, Ricky in the singing version with sports. Like I was the one that like had the drive, really like had the heart for it, but I didn't have the physical attributes for it. I was like very stout and bigger.
Yeah.
It was good for some sports. Like I was really good
Like
at golf,
football,
really good at
probably?
baseball.
Oh.
Football, no. I was awful at football. I tried to be the next Tom Brady, and my career on my football team was 1 attempt, 1 interception, went for a touchdown, quit football forever. Swear to God. Like,
Quick
See, if that
career,
was me,
bro.
I'd be like,
Quick
Coach,
career.
put me back out
No,
there.
that was my football.
Yeah, you
going
keep
out.
going, bro. You're
Bro,
every time.
Coach, I'm going
I
back
probably
out.
could have been a lineman, but I was also too short. Like I was the size, probably in the weight, but not the height. But then on the creative side, I never thought I was creative. Like I never considered myself a quote unquote creative or whatever, any of these things. Not that I wasn't great at drums, but I could pick up that stuff much easier.
Yeah.
Like I taught myself how to vlog at some point, edit videos, edit
Yeah.
content, shit like that. Like
You are fairly creative.
Yeah.
Like, even you did. He made a couple songs like mashups when he was a DJ.
cool.
And like some were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there was a couple that were really good.
Yeah.
Generic shit, but good.
Yeah. So if I probably leaned more into that, like that was kind of my domain. But yeah, played a lot of sports growing up. Still like sports. Don't
Yeah.
like not a diehard sports
Yeah.
fan, but
If you weren't a musician, what would you want to be?
Probably like a chef or something. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, because I like to eat, so I feel like I'll just cook myself good ass food all the time.
You know what's so
Eat
funny?
it. I don't know. I've actually never thought about that.
Really?
No, I don't know. I'm not thinking about music, so I don't know.
That's fair.
that's pretty cool. Do
That's
you cook a lot now or no?
No, I suck.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like a terrible cook.
Okay.
So I would have to maybe see if I would be.
Nah,
good at it
bro.
for
Just keep
this.
cooking.
Yeah,
Just keep
Yeah,
trying.
That's the
You know, if the meal
mindset,
sucks.
bro.
All right, yo, there's another meal in
That's the
3
mindset I
hours. We're
need.
good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a chef. That'd be cool though.
Like
Yeah.
Master
Like-
Chef kind of
yeah.
thing. A
I
young
don't know what
Gordon
I'd cook,
Ramsay.
though.
I want to actually.
What's that?
A young Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, young Gordon Ramsay, bro. I'd take over.
Or Bobby Flay.
Legendary.
Have you guys? I want to bring this up because I've seen it on my like TikTok recently. Do you guys you know who SauceOnly is?
I don't
No,
think so.
SauceOnly's a
Big chef from Toronto.
very famous
Okay.
Canadian chef.
I know
would say.
Matty Matheson. He's
Yeah,
from
Matty
Toronto,
Matheson's
right?
sick.
Chef
Yeah.
Rang.
You know Chef Rank?
You ever watched the
Chef
show?
Rang.
Have you watched Matty Matheson's show Dead Set on Life?
No, I haven't.
Is a few years ago. He's like the chef that taught him kind of how to be a cook.
The
Rang.
older Asian chef.
Yeah,
that was on a
I've
podcast.
seen him in some videos.
He's cooked
yeah.
that- he's cooked
You
for
guys
us
had him
before.
on this on your
Yeah,
podcast.
Yeah, he's actually
He's one of the
cooked.
homies.
We
That's
actually
dope.
had him come out and cook for us twice at like up.
Yeah,
up
right
north.
there. So see above.
Love Chef Rang.
Yeah, see the Shan right above it.
You don't want to see.
Oh
where it
yeah, I
is.
see it.
I didn't want to
That's
say it.
dope.
I'm like,
You don't wanna
shit,
say
I
it.
kind of have to say it. Damn it.
That's
Anyways,
dope.
we met him because he did an event. One of our buddies like booked him for an event. Cooked for us. Really fun. Like really like a really
How was
good
the food though?
personality.
Food was
Oh,
good, yeah.
amazing.
It's not just about the food too. It's like about the. It's almost like a
experience.
comedy cooking thing.
It's funny.
Like he roasts you and stuff.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like, I remember.
That's good.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah,
walked in and we hosted at my place. My parents were there. They were leaving for the weekend. We did it up north. Like as they were going, he was coming in, and my buddy was there, and like he sees my mom, and like mom like looks pretty young for her age, and he goes, I said hi. I'm like, I'm George. He goes, oh, nice to meet you. This is my mom. She goes, this is your son? He goes, what happened to you? Why are you so ugly? And I just met the guy. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah, he like chirps you. It's
makes
just
fun
really
of-
funny.
Yeah, makes fun of all of us. But anyways, where I was going with this, SauceOnly. He was on Master Chef or Top Chef, one of them.
Okay.
And he's got Lee Restaurant on King Street. It's been there for, I guess, a long time. Anyways, his one of his sons, his name is Jet. I don't know if you've probably seen him on TikTok.
I haven't, but
It's a dope name, though.
Yeah, Jet Bentley. Like Jet Li. It's kind of crazy.
Whoa.
Anyways, he started doing this thing on TikTok where he like records his dad, who's the chef, and says, "Hey, can you make this thing gourmet?"
Oh shit! I think I know what you're talking about now.
A lot of chefs do like you've seen chefs do it before, but Swiss Lee's really funny because like he's like unintentionally funny. As someone like myself who has an immigrant father, like I believe Swiss Lee is. So sometimes he says stuff that he doesn't even mean to say or think about it, and then like Jet will like freeze frame it and kind of put him on blast for it. And honestly, I think it's one of the funnier like things I've seen on TikTok and really done well. So I think in terms of food and all that, like you should look it up. He does some crazy things.
Yeah, you said he was on MasterChef, right?
Correct.
I definitely know who you're talking about.
Yeah?
Yeah.
100%. So if you look
I've seen that, like, I remember when you mentioned the TikToks. I've seen that. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
He's good.
That's crazy.
I think he's really good.
That's dope.
How do we get on the topic of cook? Oh, cause cooking. Yeah,
Chef.
be a cook.
You'd be a chef,
Yeah. Even Matty Matheson.
It's crazy how like see like I didn't even remember how we got to that point.
Yeah. I have a hard time sometimes remembering.
I'm using one. I'll have to bring.
Do
it
you guys
back
ever
sometimes.
like remember how to get back to like a point? Like,
I rarely do.
Yeah, he rarely does.
That's like a skill.
Well, so this is why I was even saying at the beginning. I'm like, we gotta talk. We gotta start with music.
That's wild.
Because once we start going,
it just goes.
sometimes he'll take this conversation in like 8 different directions. And I'm like, I have no idea how to bring this back.
I end up on a point that like leads me to another point. I'm like, where am I going with this? I don't even know.
And then I'm listening. I'm like, I don't even know how to bring this back because we were talking. We were talking about music, and now we're talking about. Do aliens exist? I was like, how the hell do I?
Like,
all right, well, fuck it. I guess I'm not reeling it back in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about E.T. Fuck it.
Yeah, we go some crazy ones sometimes. I'm getting better at it, but like some days when I'm a little bit out of it, I had a long day, or a little tired, like my brain's even less cohesive. It's like a ping pong ball going around. So
I think that's what makes it cool though, because like just sitting here is fun. Like it's actually enjoyable, like doing that.
But that's what we said. We've said it on the pod numerous times.
I can already repeat verbatim what you're about to say. We said it infinite amount of times.
Yeah, we've always. You've done interviews before. You're gonna do lots more for the rest of your life, and they're gonna all be the same. Like, hey, give us the musical inspiration, the stuff that we kind of get through at the beginning, right? Where do you get your inspiration from? What's your thing? And we're gonna ask you what's your favorite venue to play at. What is your dream collaboration? Yada yada. You're gonna be asked that a million times in your career, but we want to see the things you can't find online. Things we're not gonna see from your Instagram. The things that we can't just Google about our guest. It's like, let's chat. Penny Alexiak. We talked about how she was scared of sharks in lakes. There's no sharks in lakes, but she swims in the lake and she freaks out because she thinks there's sharks in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is the greatest Canadian Olympic swimmer of all time.
Yeah.
She's fucking scared of sharks in the lake, right? So just random shit like that. That's why I tried to change that up for you.
You did actually.
I did.
I think that's what makes.
You wouldn't have changed it.
I think that's what makes like. That's the appeal of a podcast, I think, is because it's so rare to, especially like you watch podcasts like Joe Rogan and like they're getting these like huge people and they're just talking for like 3, sometimes 4 hours. Like that's rare content. Like, when do you ever get to hear these huge people just have a conversation and like
for hours? Yeah.
Like you said, like it's not questions that everyone's heard the answer to 1,000 times. It's just a conversation. You get to know like actually what they're like what.
Well, now you've been on the Pals pod, so it's like the bar set pretty high. So next one you go on is basically Joe Rogan at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Or else you're downgrading.
I don't know how I would last 3 hours without going to the bathroom, bro. That shit's crazy.
You can go anytime you want our pod. We let every guest go. Like it's we're good. We don't have much like we said, there's no structure really to it. So it's like we've done episodes that have like gone 2.5 hours where guests have gone to the washroom like twice.
Yeah,
we drank on some of them. Yeah, like it's
that's dope.
Again, you're having a conversation with your pals.
Yeah,
when you're chatting with your boys, like you'll go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
hey Bush, I gotta go to pee.
And
just holding my piss for like 4 hours.
Imagine.
I can't leave the conversation.
Yeah, it's like, yo, sit back down. We're not done yet.
It's good too because Ricky and I both had different styles. Like, we're very similar people in certain regards and different in others. But even how we like the dynamic of our podcast. Ricky likes to hear people's stories and tell stories, and I like to understand like people like why do you believe this or why do you believe that, or tell me more about this specific thing. So it kind of is good. It's different, right? It takes it in different directions. And sometimes it gets like all over the place. But for the most part, we're pretty good at like knowing how each other do, so we kind of know how to flow with it.
I'm probably more the what and the how. You're more the why.
That's dope. Oh shit!
Nailed it.
That's crazy. How did like you guys get into the podcast world?
Honestly, it started as a New Year's resolution.
Really?
Yeah, we were in Florida 2019, right before Christmas holidays, right before New Year's. And we're talking about New Year's resolutions. And at that time, we weren't hanging out as much, just like both busy with our careers and whatnot. Yeah. So we said, okay, let's do something. Let's get a New Year's resolution together. Something that's like kind of lets us do something creative. Mm-hmm. And podcasting wasn't as big as it is now. Like now, it's huge. Now, like anybody and everybody started a podcast. Yeah. We actually.
It was still big.
It was still big, but it wasn't.
No, it blew up because of the pandemic. Like, the pandemic sent it into like the stratosphere of how many podcasts there are right now.
So we said, we're gonna do one episode a week for 52 weeks, and we'll make sure that we hang out at least once a week. Right, that was the idea behind it. And then we started, and we kind of enjoyed it. We got some pretty cool guests on early on, which was awesome. And then pandemic hit. Yeah. So we kind of like took a little break, but then we jumped back into it, and we ended up getting more big guests because everyone's at home doing nothing. Like, we were maybe like 30 episodes in, and we had like NHL players. Like we had Donovan Bailey in our first year, not even first year, first like 6 months. Mm-hmm. Penny Alexiak, Johnny Orlando. Yeah, that was a crazy.
Shout out
one.
Johnny, bro.
Yeah,
I saw him last night.
Oh, did you go to Juno's?
I was at the after party.
Yeah, how was it?
It was cool. It's like my first like label corporate event through
like
music.
Cool event.
Yeah, it was cool. It was dope. Yeah, it was like a.
Ali, where was our invite? What the heck? God, you forgot about us, eh?
You know what? You wouldn't have wanted Ricky there last night. He was on the bar taking his shirt off at like 4:00 yesterday.
Fact.
Singing too.
So this is not gonna be.
Microphone singing.
I don't sing, but like if there's a song and I know the words, I'm on the bar singing.
That's dope.
Man,
confidence, bro.
Man, see, I need him. He needs to come out with us more, eh? Like, get up on the bar, sing. Yeah,
we don't need more people hyping you up doing that shit, man. This guy pulled his shirt off at like 4:00 at a brunch.
But you had your shirt tied up like
that. Yeah, I showed what I say. That's very rare that I do that.
He had his shirt. I got a good video.
I did like the, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Flip it in I was kind of doing like in a mocking way. Yeah. Because like Ricky took his shirt off and then another guy did. And I was like, oh, yeah. They're like, take yours off. I was like, are you crazy? Like, I got a barrel here. So I just did it kind of ironically, but I got caught on video.
I feel like you might be ripped, bro. Like,
yeah, Ricky is ripped.
Yeah. That's a good. That's a good.
To let the world know too every time he goes out.
Not every time. Yo, Travis was egging me on yesterday.
Yeah, true.
It wasn't even my fault. I wouldn't have. I was trying to be responsible yesterday. But trying and what ends up happening is a completely different story. Yeah. Juno's yesterday. Tell us about that after party then.
Yeah, it was cool. I got there. There was like this big line, and I was just like, I guess I'm gonna go wait in the line. And then someone was like, no, like come to the front of the line. And I just felt. It was like the most awkward moment because everyone's like looking at you like, why are you skipping? Like no one knows who I am, but I'm like skipping this huge line. And then there was like a red carpet and like a photographer and shit. It was crazy, bro. I was like, what the hell?
This is your first like big industry event, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, it felt cool because like I felt important, but then I like walked in and I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, what was all that?
You didn't get to really enjoy the moment.
No, it was crazy. It all happened so fast, but yeah, it was cool. Then like I went in. There's this huge like stage performance kind of area. There's like this jam going on. It was dope. It's like an open mic. It would have been perfect for you, bro.
Buddy,
it's like an open mic jam.
Right here, like first two people saying, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, it was dope. It was like, it was at the Universal office. It's actually like not far from here. Yeah, it was good.
Liberty, yeah.
I was super tired by the end of it. I really wanted to leave, but my managers were like, no, like, let's stay.
You gotta stay.
Gotta talk to this person.
You gotta mingle a little bit more.
I was being like,
play the game a bit.
I got cranky towards the end of it. I was like sitting out because I was wearing these big like cowboy boots up to my like calf, and they were so uncomfortable, like not comfortable.
It was part of the look, eh?
Yeah, it's part of the look. I had to wear them because they look good.
Now you know what some women go through in those like 8-inch heels.
Crazy, man. I don't even, and like they're like this wide too. Those heels is wild.
No, 8-inch heels aren't a thing. Sorry.
I think they're probably 8 inches. What, like this? Yeah. That would be a giant heel.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends what kind of line of work you're in. Guess I could be a comedian. I'm here all night.
That was good.
Hell yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, that's super cool, right? Because again, you're
dope.
still young. You're so young. And how long have you really been focusing on music?
Hasn't even been like, well, I mean,
your first song was 2019, right?
Yeah, so my first song was 2019, but during that time, like it wasn't until this year. This year pretty much that I started actually doing music like full time and taking it really seriously. So I'm brand new, like, and like that whole
new kid on the block.
Yeah, bro, new kid on the block. But yeah, like all those kinds of events they're just crazy to me. Like especially skipping a line and then like a red carpet. I was like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, because you're only
What is
19, you're
this shit,
20, so
bro?
you barely
It's
even gone
crazy.
out because COVID's
Yeah.
basically locked down the
Yeah,
city.
I turned 19 in like the first lockdown, I think. And then
Yeah, so you haven't even really experienced like nightlife.
yeah, and I just moved to Toronto as well. So
Where are you from?
I'm from Timmins, Ontario.
No way.
Yeah.
Timmins.
Far,
Couple
man.
hockey tournaments up
Yeah,
there.
bro. Hockey is huge in Timmins.
Yeah, it is.
I never played, but yeah, all my friends are hockey players, and it's huge there. But
Yeah, massive. When you did you ever play any like small town shows out there?
no, I actually never did. I was in grade 12 when I released my first song, so I didn't stick around for much longer after that.
That's it. It's like I'm coming to the big city.
Yeah, I actually went to school in Ottawa. I took a year off after my senior year of high school. Then I went to Ottawa for computer engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. For like 2 months, not even maybe.
And you're like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. It just didn't feel right. I was depressed. I hated it. I like absolutely hated it. I don't think I've ever hated anything that much. But yeah, I left after like a month and a bit, and then went back home, worked, and then moved out here this year.
What kind of job did you have?
The last job I had was I worked in a lumber yard in Timmins. It was
All right, that's interesting.
yeah, it was crazy. It was probably the worst job I've ever had.
So
It
you had a
is the
bad
worst
year,
job.
eh? I was like,
Oh, bro, it was not great. And like I had to work there. I worked there all throughout the winter, and yeah, it was just crazy. They would bring. It was basically like this huge bay. There was these two like big wood splitter machines. This big tractor would come in from the garage door, like big bay thing, and just dump a whole load of stumps, like any size, and we would have to put them into the wood splitting machine, and then it would split them. Then we'd have to bag the wood, then put it on these skids, stack the skids, wrap them, load them. It was like, bro, it was nuts. I hated it. But, and then the worst part of all was it was minimum wage. Like it was this crazy job that was so physically demanding, and I was getting paid like barely anything. It was terrible.
all right. And so then you came here, obviously.
Yeah,
You're like, yo,
then I
fuck
came
this,
here,
I'm
yeah.
out.
Yeah, once I moved here, I knew that if I didn't move, it's just too hard to do music full time in Timmins. Just because there's not enough resources to, like, you can't do shows, there's no studio spaces. Like, I was recording all my music from home. So, yeah, I figured I needed to come. It was either here or Montreal, because I have some of my team is in Montreal as well, like my producers and whatnot. So it was between Montreal and Toronto, but I decided to come here just because, I don't know, I didn't really want to go somewhere that was mainly French speaking. I figured it would be like
Plus, Toronto's not too far from
inconvenience.
Timmins. Was it like 3 hours?
Toronto from Timmins. Nah, it's 8, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
I'm 8 hour
My
eight
bad.
an 8 hour drive, but a flight is an hour and a bit, so
Okay, so it's not
it's
too
not
bad.
crazy. No.
Same distance from like here to New York.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's far though.
You like it? Do you like it here? You guys really thought about that?
Yeah, I looked up and everything. I was like, yeah.
I've never driven to New York. Well,
have.
minus like the RV, but
It's like 8.5 hours. Ish.
I've never even been
that's
outside
like
of Canada.
Chicago's what, 6.5?
You haven't been outside of Canada?
Not yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm hoping to this year. I feel like if there's a time to do it, it'd be now, but we'll see.
You're like, you nervous to fly or anything like that? Or just
No, I don't mind flying. I do get like kind of nauseous though on planes. Like I get motion sickness. Even in cars too. If it's like late out and it's like when it's dark, if I'm on my phone while I'm in a car, I
yeah,
get
okay, I'm the same way.
nauseous.
Or if
man.
it's raining and when I'm stuck in traffic,
Yeah.
I get really bad.
Yeah, like
The
stop and
start.
go. Yeah.
So interesting. I'm fine because I can they say not to read books in cars or use your phone. Like
Oh, you can
I
do it.
literally
No,
read a
bro,
book
I
in the
can't
car
do
and I'm
that.
fine.
No, mine. Especially if it's raining, I don't know what the rain does to me. If it's raining, I'm in traffic, instant headache almost.
That's weird.
That is
really.
weird. I find rain so soothing. I love
At
it.
home-
the
at
sound
home,
of it
rain
hitting the roof
is
yeah, it's
amazing.
calming.
But like, I can picture it's literally right outside your condo, like Gardner, right where it splits to go for Lakeshore exit going into the city. If it's raining and I hit that spot and we're bottlenecks and you hit that traffic, it's like instant headache as soon as I hit that spot. I don't know what.
That's weird, man. I've
traffic
never
or the
heard that
rain?
before.
But like the combination of the two, because that's where it always bottlenecks too. So the traffic starts there. So it's like I think subconsciously I hit it and I'm like, boom, I know my headache's starting. Oh fuck, there's my headache.
Maybe it's
Every
like a
time.
mental thing. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe you're like thinking about it so much that you
It's
give
the worst.
yourself a
It's the
headache.
worst.
I never get headaches from the rain. And migraines with weather changes, like the, I guess, barometric pressure changes too quickly.
That sounded smart. I don't know. I don't really know what it meant, but
it's like, how am I going to explain this really well? Probably not going to explain it as smart as it sounded. It's when the pressure
Someone's going to be
changes.
listening and be like, yo, this guy
like
doesn't know
if it goes from like really cold to really hot fast or really like dry to really humid, whatever, like I think things fluctuate. I think pretty
that
sure
makes sense.
What it is.
Yeah.
That'll get me a little bit. But besides that, yeah, I actually love the rain. Like I could live in like London, England. It's like
it's always, isn't it like always wet and rainy there?
Always. Yeah. I was in Vancouver and it's like it was overcast the whole time too, and I didn't know that Vancouver's it's kind of the same. It's like very like gloomy and overcast there a lot of times.
I've heard Vancouver's really nice though.
Nice. The air smells different there. Like,
really?
It literally just
like cleaner or
smells fresh.
Oh wow!
It smells like laundry sheets.
I think Timmins is probably like similar.
Yeah, it smelled really good. Yeah, Timmins same.
Oh, you said it smells like laundry sheets?
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Like it smells.
Timmins doesn't smell like laundry sheets, but it's like
smells,
fresh air.
Yeah, it's like fresh. Yeah. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's very like it smells like nature.
Yeah. Okay.
Nature.
If you've been in the forest, you know what nature smells like. It smells different than Toronto. Like I've been to a lot of countries. I've traveled a lot, and like some countries have very distinct smells when you step off a plane.
Yeah. What's the worst?
But Toronto also has like so many different smells depending on where you are. Like down by the water is completely different than Chinatown, and then that's very different from like Queen West almost.
But that's what I mean.
Hyde Park too. Hyde Park has like a different smell. Like some days I walk through like this little like we're Queen King West this area. Mm-hmm. Some days I walk through, I'm like this it smells here.
Yeah, but that's everywhere if you go to different cities. What I'm saying is like everywhere when you walk out of an airport, the airport's typically nearish to a city somewhat, or on the outskirts. It's not like the downtown core. Most airports are on like around it, in a suburb. So yeah, Vancouver was different than.
What's the worst smelling place you've ever been?
The worst. I think it might be.
It's a great question.
It might have been Bangkok, maybe, or. Oh, no, I don't remember which one well enough, but what's interesting was the one that I thought would smell the worst, which I don't think was when I flew to India, when I was in Mumbai. In India in general, it's so interesting how people have preconceived notions of things, and like people who have not been there before are always like, oh, did it smell bad everywhere? Like, and it actually did not. Like, it was pretty, like, it was quite nice. Like, I went to a place called Goa, which is just south of India, and it's like it's all nature and like beaches and a bit of like a hippie town. And like it smelled like nature, like it smelled clean. But it's like everyone, you think you see what you see on TV, so you assume it's just dirty everywhere. And sure, it's a little bit like definitely dirtier than like a North American city, but that one surprised me.
It must have been great. Like it must have been so busy though.
It was a culture shock. I went from my first time in India. I was in Dubai before that, so I went to the place that is like the ritziest, glitziest, cleanest place with just high net worth people everywhere and Ferraris.
Sorry, say that again.
What?
Do you say Mumbai or Dubai?
Dubai.
Oh, Dubai.
I was in Dubai and I flew to Mumbai.
Yeah, gotcha.
So very opposite in terms of like what the culture and like the urban development and planning looks like.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. I feel smart today considering how slow my brain is working after this weekend.
Yeah, you sound really smart. Right
yeah, thanks, man.
Crazy.
I'm saving it.
I was like, it's crazy.
That's wild, bro.
Yo, it's crazy. This man's speaking knowledge.
I'm literally just telling people like places that I've been, so I didn't have to do any of the work. Just saw with my eyes, and now I'm smart for.
This is the closest I've had to like a school class session.
Damn, man. Thank you. I appreciate you.
It's good, bro.
Rick doesn't appreciate me like that. I've talking to this guy for years. Doesn't listen to me. I'm kidding. But what were we saying about India? Yeah, no, it was.
The culture shock.
It is a big shock. But what is like, I'd been to Southeast Asia, and you've been to quite a few places there, but Southeast Asia is very similar. It's very like chaotic. There's not much infrastructure. Like, how we have like, you see the telephone lines really nicely. Like you'll see like there, it's like 10,000 lines all just jammed together, and a guy on a ladder trying to figure out which phone cable goes to which. Like it's just everything is chaos.
That's probably dangerous, bro.
It's like organized chaos. Crazy. It just works.
Yeah.
Like in Vietnam, there's no like real. That one intersection had like 12 roads leading through it, and
it's called 12 points, bro.
It might have been. Oh yeah, whatever.
That's a joke.
Oh, couldn't be a comedian.
I wouldn't be. No,
I could be a comedian. I'm killing it. Anyways,
you're saying jokes that you don't even know, bro. You're not even aware. That's crazy.
On fire today.
It's so natural.
But yeah, the roads like all intersect and they'd go like different directions, and like I stood there for like an hour at one point just watching this. Like that was my first day in Vietnam, and I'm like, what is happening here? The cars are just zigzagging, like motorbikes and
That's
cars.
scary.
An old lady with a little like rice cart thing was walking through the intersection, crossing. People just dodging her. Like she had her head down, not even looking. like you know that the first rule of crossing
like look both ways.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Bro, it's her world. We're just living in it.
Yeah. The obligation is of the drivers who are going like high speed motorbikes to avoid killing people and other drivers. Not only that. You have people carrying, like they drive scooters everywhere.
Yeah.
You have people carrying mattresses on the backs, chicken coops like stacked over them, metal bars. Like they move everything with scooters.
Dude, it's a different life, man. That's
so
crazy.
I was there before India, and India is way more chaotic. But seeing that made this more like normal to see.
Yeah. That's so fascinating.
But yeah,
it's that's crazy.
They're very interesting places. Like if you just went from here to like Mumbai, it'd probably be like, holy shit, where am I?
Yeah.
But like. Yeah, when you start traveling a little bit more and you see different places, like you kind of get used to that, like, you know, different parts of the world. Because North America is very different than most places. Like Europe's probably pretty similar.
Yeah.
But like Southeast Asia is even different than like Asia, like proper. Like we went to Japan. Fun fact: we sang karaoke in Japan too, which it's massive out there. But Japan's even like different. Japan's very organized and very like on point. But it's like built. It's like you're in Times Square everywhere. Like it's just massive and grand and big.
That's so dope. I want to travel.
Clean too, really clean.
Very.
What's one place you really want to go?
I want to go to the Philippines.
Philippines?
Because I'm half Filipino, so
cool.
I've never been. And my dad, he came to Canada when he was 6 years old, and he's never been back. So I really want to go to the Philippines for the first time, like with my dad, because he's never been back. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Never been to the Philippines. One place I want to go.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Like I don't know much about the Philippines, honestly. I wish I knew more, but
when I was in Thailand, everyone was like, a lot of people were going to Philippines after, and they said it's like beautiful.
Yeah,
it's supposed to have the best beaches in the world.
Yeah, is Gili T in Indonesia or Philippines?
Yeah, Indonesia.
Yeah, okay. What's the big tourist destination in the Philippines?
Boracay.
Boracay. That's it. Yeah, Boracay.
What is it?
Boracay.
So smart.
What's got the little like zig underneath the sea or something?
There's Cebu, Boracay.
Cebu, yeah.
But doesn't Boracay, when you spell it, have the little thing underneath the C?
I'm not sure. I don't
like the French thing.
Yeah, one of those like weird letters, right?
Yeah,
I think
Palawan's out there. There's one Boracay and another one. That's a Danny. I don't know if you can look it up. There's another place. Boracay, I think, is the best beach. The island there is the best, but there's a second one as well. I forget, but yeah, want to get.
Yeah, definitely. I'd really like to go. I want to go everywhere though.
No, Manila's the capital. There's another. If you look up like top beaches, anyways, it's.
Have you guys traveled a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually just counted today. I'm on 27 countries.
Wow.
I didn't realize it, but there's like a whole bunch of countries I thought were countries in the Caribbean, and they're not actual countries.
Wait, what?
British Virgin Islands isn't a country.
What are you talking about? Yes, it is.
It's a thing.
But it still counts as like if you look at how many countries are in the world.
So John said no. My brother said no because we were counting. I was showing him my list. My brother. We were talking about literally today at lunch. And he's like, we're talking about countries because I said I'd been to like 30. And he's like, well, how many you actually know? So I counted. And
you went to BVI?
Pardon?
You went to BVI?
On a cruise once.
Oh.
Yeah, cruise when we were younger. Then there's... British Overseas Territory. Yeah, there you go. So it's not a country.
But does it count as like what? Look up the list of countries in the world. I would guess that it's on there.
I thought so too, but it's like what Danielle said. It's a territory or something. And then there's another one that's a state. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico's America.
Yeah, I thought that was a country.
Yeah, that's common knowledge.
I would have thought that. I would have thought that it was a country.
You would have thought it was
No,
a country
I would have
too?
thought it was a country. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not saying it's about it. You've traveled a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
I
haven't
didn't
traveled.
realize.
So I don't know.
I had Puerto Rico on my country
Puerto Rico's
list.
like Alaska. It's America.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a state.
Hawaii, I know that one. Yeah, I knew that one. Hawaii's a state. I know that one. Yeah, 27. You've been to like 50.
51.
51.
Yeah, a lot. And a
I
lot
didn't even know.
a lot of them more
that's
than once.
crazy, bro.
Like I have 51. I've done Greece like 20 times because that's my background.
Wow.
I go pretty
Best
often.
place in the world.
Greatest place on earth. If you go anywhere, go there first.
I've seen
I'll hook you up
pictures.
with
It
there.
looks nice, man.
I'll hook you up there.
There's
Don't worry.
It looks
I know.
dope.
Bro, the air smells better there too.
The air smells actually awful.
It smells like it smells like
It's hot as
Bro,
shit.
if you
man.
ask his dad, the best place in the world is Nyata, their hometown.
yeah.
It's actually on the wall written somewhere.
He'll tell like you can't find a bad thing about the place.
That's not true. My dad is not that biased. I'm more biased, but I do it jokingly.
We do. It's so funny because we'll say like we'll always like poke fun at it. And that's a nice little town. It's a small town, right?
500 people. Very
like
tiny.
Wow, that's small.
Yeah, it met its peak heyday was 1,000.
That's crazy.
We'll be at like a random dinner, right? And like I don't know, there'll be olives or something. He thought, oh, this is good. But hey, you gotta grab the olives from my tree in Nyata, the best olives in the world.
It's true.
He'll say something like, the
it.
olive oil we make in Nyata is
The
Rick,
best.
I'm gonna get some brought back for you. Don't worry, I'll get some brought back. George, make sure he gets some olive oil from
Yeah,
Nyata.
that's literally what
That's
happens.
literally his dad.
It's but it's like we joke. We say Nyata's the center of the universe, where God is born and everything. We just make jokes, but
We've been poking fun at it for years now.
Which is interesting because I'm like from like one of the biggest, born in one of the biggest cities like on the world, but North America, and my town in Greece is small. Like it's literally 500,
Small, yeah, that's
600
super
people.
small.
But what's really interesting is that where my dad is from, my dad and my mom's dad is from this town. It's in the southern Peloponnese region, which is a very nice part of Greece, like nice beaches and everything. But our town specifically is like, it's a bit of an anomaly in Greece. Like it's very small, and there's like, for the size, it has a disproportionate amount of like bars and restaurants and cafes. So a lot of people from surrounding towns come in at night or the day, night, evening, whatever. So it's pretty lively. A lot of parties, a lot of events, like people hang out. So it's got a good atmosphere and it's pretty known in the area. Not only that, a lot of people from that town have like emigrated away from it. And a lot of like gone on to do good things, start businesses and so forth. Like there's a few guys, a lot in New York, Australia, and Toronto, I think are the biggest geographies. And like a lot of people still go back, and a lot of them done, like I said, very well. There's a couple of guys in New York who become like billionaire hedge fund managers and stuff like that. So, and they're very proud of the community. So like we're pretty tight knit when we're there, but also like globally. Like, so if I go to New York and my dad says your cousin's out here, go see him at his restaurant or something like that.
That's sick.
It's pretty cool. So it has a good vibe. That's how we joke. It's the center of
cool.
the universe, but it's not actually.
Yeah.
But Greece is an amazing
Have you been
place.
lots? Like to your hometown?
Almost every summer.
Wow.
I think for a stretch when we were like in my like teen years through like like middle school to high school, didn't have the luxury of going as often. When I was a kid, we went a lot, and then those years we didn't go, and then like university onwards, I think I missed my first summer. I didn't go was 2020 when the pandemic hit, but then I went last year. Yeah, it's a very special place for me. I speak the language fluently too, so it makes it very easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, to the point of like, I've traveled a lot. I've been very fortunate, but also I hit a lot of those 51 countries because I took a year sabbatical. So I left work for a year. At 27 years old, I was like crossroads. What do I want to do with my life? And I just said, let me do like a little 2-month trip, and it became 13 months and like 40 countries.
I always wonder, like, did that actually, like, because you said you didn't know what you wanted to do, did, like, after you took that time off, did that help you figure it out? Yeah.
It helped. I'd say no. I haven't, like, I always thought, like, when I first got back, like, I changed a lot. I mean, I do think I changed in certain ways. I think it taught me more personally rather than, like, career-wise what I wanted.
Yeah.
It helped me just kind of
like
be a little more self-aware of, like,
yeah.
who I am and just be like, whatever. I can be loud or I can be this, but I also have good qualities. You just have time by yourself to think about a lot of things. And like I was by myself for maybe half of the time, and then the other half, like friends would meet me here and there, family here and there, which is really cool. But I never traveled by myself, and I was always pretty outgoing. But when you travel by yourself, you start to learn who you are, what you like, what you don't like. And I actually like being alone. Like that doesn't bother me. I like can sit in a room by myself and keep myself entertained.
Yeah.
So traveling is nice. It's very liberating. But again, it taught me more on a personal level and an introspective level. And that career stuff, I learned a little bit, and I came back and did kind of the same thing I was doing, but tried to like evolve a little bit. And then through other ways, now where I'm at in my life, I kind of know. I grew a little more and learned.
That's dope.
From business perspective, yeah.
I feel like I want to do that now. Like just take a year off.
Traveling.
I'm gonna tell everyone like after this, like don't talk
traveling.
To me for a year.
we talk about it all the time. Like traveling is one of the best things you can do. Like, I loved my university career, like, or university time, whatever you want to call it. The only thing I regret is that I didn't go away in the summer for like to school, to like travel, study abroad and stuff. Yeah. My parents always said, Ricky, do a semester in Italy, do a semester in England, do a semester here. Like we'll pay for it.
That's so.
And
sick.
I was like, no, I gotta work. I gotta make money. I got my little business here. But if I leave, my business is gonna crumble. It's like, fuck. And then looking back, it was so dumb. Yeah. Because one, if I went to Italy for a summer, I would have spoke fluent in Italian. Like I studied in school. When I left, technically, educationally speaking, I'm bilingual, but I'm not actually.
Because
I can figure it out, but like educational, like I graduated not with a minor, but I took the the 4 courses I needed to minor in Italian. I just didn't take the history lessons in Italian.
So you still speak Italian? Yeah.
I can get by. You drop me in Italy, I'll figure it out.
Like he'd be better than like or way better than a tourist, but like
Yeah.
he's not gonna speak as fluently.
Yeah.
Like my
Just
parents,
my tenses are usually off, but like you understand what I'm saying.
But there was a time where you could speak fluently.
Not like perfect, but there's a time where I could easily have conversations with people.
Whoa, that's
like,
so cool.
easily.
I can't speak any other language.
you said you're half
Filipino, yeah.
What's other half?
My mom is just born and raised in Canada.
Born and raised in Canada?
Timmins, actually, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Timmins native, eh?
Yeah,
Born and
bro.
raised.
Yeah,
T-Town.
man. T-Town.
Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
He said it right away. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, actually, I don't know. I just it sounded cool.
You're gonna start putting in Sonic T-Town.
Yeah, shout out T-Town.
bro.
Can I ask like what led your dad from Philippines to Timmins?
Yeah,
Like,
it was so his parents. My grandfather actually, I don't know how he got a job in. It was actually Sudbury, where they first went, Sudbury, Ontario. So my grandfather
Big
got
nickel.
Yeah, he.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
actually
Yeah,
a
it
thing.
is a thing. Yeah,
That's a thing.
He got a job in the mine there.
Yeah.
and then
well, there you go.
my dad has 3 other siblings who are all like 10 plus years older. So at the time,
sorry. When would your grandparents have immigrated here?
I have no idea.
I
My
bet
dad
it's probably
was-
in like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, probably. My dad is 53 now, and he was 6 at the time.
So yeah, the 70s. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
I know, because actually one of our friends is from Thunder Bay.
Okay.
And the story of how people got to Thunder Bay is a lot of people came from Europe and overseas, and they landed. If you didn't land in Toronto or Montreal, you went to Sudbury, Thunder
Wow.
Bay, or there's another city up north, maybe Sault Ste. Marie, because Sudbury had the mines with the nickel. Thunder Bay had a major train, like the trains to Northern Ontario
Okay.
or to connect to the prairies all went through Thunder Bay, so it created a lot of jobs in like forestry. And then the other town, maybe Sault Ste. Marie, had another big natural resource or something that was super big in the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
Random fact.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What was I saying?
your dad got a job.
yeah.
Your grandfather got a job. Big nickel.
Yeah. So yeah, they ended up in Sudbury. My dad and his parents, my grandfather and grandmother, and then, his siblings were a lot older, so they actually stayed in the Philippines for a few years. And then my grandfather worked until he could afford to bring them all over. And then now they're all in Canada. I have some family in Toronto, family in Timmins, and then in Sudbury still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you've, I don't know if I think I was gonna ask it before, or maybe I didn't. I just can't remember. Now that you've been to Toronto,
Yeah.
do you think you ever go back to Timmins? Do you miss it, or
I do miss it, but I just don't think I could ever move back to Timmins. Not right now, anyways. Like at this point, with my music career and like at this age, I'm young. Like I wanna, like listening to you guys talk about traveling is like, yo, that's crazy. I want to travel. I want to be in like a big city. I've always wanted to move to a big city, so being here is actually cool that I'm
fucking
living
sick.
here. Yeah, it's dope. I definitely do miss Timmins. I miss the quietness and just so chill. Like everything is 5 minutes away. Everyone knows everyone.
Probably not as much
And-
traffic.
Yeah, not nearly as much. And it's just I'm comfortable there, right? It's home for
It's
me.
home,
So I love Timmins. I would definitely not see myself moving back there anytime soon, but ideally I would just visit, see my family, and come back here and travel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself living here long term, or do you eventually make plans to move to LA? Or I feel
Yeah.
like that's like the natural step in music, right? Like, come
Yeah,
to the big
most
city and then-
artists, yeah. Most artists that I know who are in Toronto or Montreal, they're like their mission is LA. Like, yo, let's go to LA. Everyone's trying to move to LA, but I just got here, so
You're like, nah, this is
I'm
all
late
right.
already. Like I got some time.
Not really. You're still you're 20.
Yeah.
You got tons of fucking.
Yeah, but I don't see myself. I don't want to move for a while. I'm just now starting to get used to Toronto. Not even really. Like it's only been 2 months, but yeah, I can't take another move right now. That shit is stressful for me. I get really like overwhelmed, and yeah, it's a lot. Moving here has been a lot, so
yeah?
I gotta settle in here first, and then maybe.
Man,
we'll
one of the
see.
best things that you can do though, for new people to come to Toronto is just go on a lot of walks and visit different neighborhoods. Because there's you can go from, let's say, Queen West to King West, and that's completely different. Then you keep going a little bit more west, you got High Park region, or you have Parkdale, then High Park. You go south by the water, the waterfront, City Place. You go east. East is a completely different part of town. So many cool areas that I just start walking, and some days just like have fun with it, especially now that the weather's nice.
Yeah, I just bought a bike, so maybe I'll
go
biking.
Because you can bike from one end of of Toronto to the other end in like 30 minutes.
That's dope.
Yeah. What area? Don't have to say where exactly where you live. Obviously.
What's your exact address, postal code, and unit number?
Like what part of the city you in?
I live in Scarborough, actually.
Oh, so you're in the east
Yeah.
end, yeah.
Okay.
You go down to the beaches yet?
I haven't. No.
Been there 2 months. You haven't gone to the beaches yet?
Yeah, no.
No, you have to go to the beaches.
Never mind. I have my girlfriend's from that area now, but been told we started dating a couple years ago. I'd never been to like the beaches area. I think like once in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it actually it's so plural? There's a bunch of beaches, or just
like the neighborhoods or Woodbine Beach areas. That's the beaches, and there's the bluffs right after it.
I've heard of the bluffs.
Pretty iconic, like photo area in Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, even a good like walking, like not I wouldn't call it hiking, but like walking and trail walking. There's a lot of nice little spots. Take a Saturday or any day of the week. Actually, doesn't matter. Just make sure it's a nice day and just rip the bike out there.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
It's like beautiful.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Then.
And then it has a path that goes from like. You can basically bike ride from downtown all the way to the beaches and back, and you can even go a little bit further. And I forget what's the first town after Scarborough on the water. It's not
Whitby.
Is it Whitby? No,
Ajax.
Pickering. Pickering's the first one, right? So you can even go all the way there, and then it's like you're out of the city, but it's still nice and quiet. Pickering's probably like a maybe 2-hour bike ride, but I don't know, depends how strong your legs are.
It's a hefty bike ride. It'd be fun though.
If
I had someone to go with,
you have to remember that. Like some of us don't.
Yeah,
most of us in Toronto don't do that kind of.
This guy's
shit.
like, yo, it's a 2-hour bike ride.
Yeah,
he's like, oh fuck this guy.
So he goes on 20-kilometer walks after a podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah, ignore
Today's Monday.
Well,
I want to ask one thing though. So you talk about cooking and food and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of like cuisine or favorite thing to eat?
I love Caribbean food.
Yeah.
I last summer or 2 summers ago, I worked with a construction crew, and they're all from like the islands around the Caribbean, and they would always cook and like bring food. And it was the first time I had ever tried that kind of food, and I instantly was like hooked.
Really?
Yeah. So right now, like I'd say Caribbean food, but I haven't had the chance to try like a lot of different kinds of foods. I'm kind of picky, so I just kind of eat the same shit.
But you also at the beginning of the episode you said something. I'll listen to any music, just like I'll try any food once.
Yeah, I always try. Like if someone offers me something, I always try it.
So then you're not that picky.
No, yeah, but yeah,
But you stick to what
I
you
don't.
like.
I don't really like it. Like I probably won't like what I'm gonna try, but
You'll try it
I'll
anyways, just because whatever.
Like yesterday, I was somewhere before that after party, and there was this cheese, and it had like when like the Hulk goes from like human to he like transforms into Hulk, like how it's like all the veins go green and the crazy like green specks. It was like this white cheese with that green effect in it.
Blue, like not blue cheese, right?
No, it was green. I think it was green. I was like, yo, I need to try this. Like I was calling it Hulk cheese because I think it looks like the Hulk.
I really want to know what kind of cheese.
I don't know what it was. It was like white cheese with like the Hulk.
Did it have
effect.
veins or did it look green? Like it looked.
No,
moldy?
it had like green veins. That's why I say it looks like the Hulk.
We're sure this was good cheese, right? It's not old.
I think it was good cheese. No,
Did it taste good?
It tasted all right. It tasted kind of weird. It was on a. I had it on like a cracker with some. Oh, maybe it's that sage derby.
Let's see.
Let's see. That's it, yo.
Come on.
That's Hulk cheese.
See, George,
yo.
this is where you got to Photoshop the cheese right here.
Yeah, I really probably should. That's so
it.
funny
Bro.
that you found it. Hulk cheese.
Hulk cheese, bro.
I gotta get some Hulk cheese.
Yeah,
it was
man.
good though.
It was it was weird, but I'm not a huge cheese guy. I just wanted to try because it looked like that. I was like, yo,
That's pretty interesting. You're not
Fucking
very
fair.
like you're like open to new experiences and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. The real reason I asked what you were eating, because I was trying to think if I had any like recommendations for you. Being new to the city and everything, and being in Scarborough, I think there's quite a bit of Caribbean food out that way.
Yeah.
And, like,
Tons.
it's a very Scarborough's a very like multicultural part of the city for sure.
But also very big Caribbean, like Central America, like residency.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of anything good to recommend. The only thing that came to mind, and I was gonna say, is actually it's not far from the offices. Is a place called Burger Drops. If you like burgers.
Okay.
It's
I love burgers. Yeah.
Arguably the best burger in the city. Arguably, I think it's the best burger in the city. It's near Universal, so if you're ever around there,
I'm definitely
over.
gonna try it next time I'm there, yo.
If you
Sounds
see
good.
if you see them, tell them that the pal sent you. They're friends
sick.
of ours. They're good people.
That's dope.
Really,
I'll
good
definitely
food.
try it then. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only one I got.
Yeah, we're getting near the point. I do want to ask favorite venue that you would want to play at. Like, what's your dream venue?
Dream venue? I don't know.
It's like my favorite question to ask musicians.
That's a good question.
It's so cheesy, but like I don't know, I just fucking love it.
I want to play. I don't know if musicians even play here, but
I like this because you were prepping us for a random answer. I love it.
Yeah, no, I was saying earlier I watch a lot of like comedian podcasts and there's this stand-up comedian that was advertising a show, and it was at this venue called the Red Rocks, and it was this crazy. I don't know. I searched it up after because I was like, it sounds.
Bro, that's
cool.
my place.
Really?
It's my place.
Bro,
Ricky's about to fly out there just for one night of a concert.
It looks insane. I don't know if musicians normally perform there.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw that,
It's fucking wild.
I was
It's
like,
crazy.
yo, I want to perform there. That shit would be
Great answer.
Crazy.
Ricky will fly. If you perform there, he'll probably fly out to see you.
Yeah. I've never been. It's like on my bucket list of like venues to go. I'm a big concert guy. So I'm literally flying out there in October just for like literally 24 hours.
That's
just
sick.
to go see an
Who are you
artist.
seeing?
Do you know Rufus the Soul?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I think Eric's going to see them as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know they're playing here June 3rd.
Okay, yeah, it's
in a
probably
couple
here
weeks.
then, yeah.
But I've never been to Red Rocks, and I've been waiting for like an artist like I really like to go there. The thing is, massive artists don't play there anymore because it's not that big of a venue.
Really? It's not? It looks
I think
huge.
it's 5,000, 8,000.
Oh, shit.
I could be wrong. Pardon? Yeah, some nights they do 2 nights, right? But it's perfect for those people that aren't at the stadium level yet or the arena level, but are too big for these like, concert, these nightclub venues.
Yeah.
What is it, Danielle? 9,000. So it's like Budweiser stage, right? Let's say Justin Bieber comes to town. He's not playing at Budweiser stage.
Yeah.
Right? You have a lot of people that they're too big to play at 9,000 person venues, but they're also like they're at that point where they're blowing up, right?
Yeah.
So plus also Colorado's cold half the year, I think.
Yeah. It's like that venue for right before you go into like
when you're
arenas.
like just getting there. So I'm going this year to see Rufus.
Rufus is sold. They're like, are they a group or is it?
It's 2.
Like
No, there's 3.
Electronic
there's a main
music?
singer and then the 2 other dudes.
It's electronic music, right?
It's like
type vibe.
I guess it's like electronic, like indie pop, kind of.
Yeah.
How do you describe it? Electronic indie pop?
Something like that. I consider it like, I'd say...
It's weird that indie's not really a genre, but it kind of is. Like you say indie and people kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it was just a term to use for independent artist. Right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
That's what it was.
We have a music person here, Alan, unless we're wrong.
No,
here.
I think you're right. Yeah, indie.
But people
like
use it
like
as a genre
an
now.
indie film.
It's like top 40. Top 40
film.
isn't really a genre, but you can say it and people will get what you're saying, right? Alternative. Okay, so
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. EDM, all pop.
I probably
Rufus the
shouldn't.
Soul.
I probably
Yeah,
should know that.
Okay, so
all
pretty
Ricky
close.
said.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
pretty
what he
close.
Bit of everything.
Electronic.
Anyways, okay, so Red Rocks is your
Red
venue.
Rocks,
Great
bro.
answer. Love
Yeah,
it.
Red
Same
Rocks.
here. George, what's yours? You're MSG?
If I had to perform somewhere?
Yeah. Let's say you're on the drums. You got your drum solo. Where are you
You're
playing?
in the yellow jumpsuit on the fucking drum roll. You gotta go in.
I'm probably
Don't touch my drums.
I'm probably doing MS. I think MSU would be
I
really
think that's
cool.
what you said in the past. Give us
Yeah.
another answer then.
I guess my answer's not good enough anymore.
No, because I said it for you.
Scotiabank Arena hometown crowd.
Okay, that's I get that.
I mean, if I wasn't playing, like you could say like okay, LA or like the Forum or something like that. There's probably iconic venues.
Yeah.
But I mean, like playing it for like at the biggest stage, like at home or even like Rogers Center, but Rogers Center has terrible audio, I think, right?
We've talked about this.
So-
The acoustics. there.
Really?
It's not meant for concert.
It's a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Scotiabank Arena it's an entertainment venue.
Okay,
Well,
so it's kind of
actually
built for
Scotiabank
that.
Arena is actually built as a basketball venue. Leafs were never supposed to be there, and
Yeah, but
neither
it was built as a multi-purpose event center.
You might be
Originally
right,
speaking,
but yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be right. Actually,
I'm like 99%. You might
the
know better
Leafs
than me
weren't supposed to
because-
be there. It was supposed to be just the Raptors.
but it was for Raptors and concerts.
Okay, you're probably right.
Yeah. Because I know the acoustics are built up. That's why the Sky Dome, a lot of people don't do concerts there just because of the acoustics. Mind you, Coldplay.
Bieber was there.
Yeah, Bieber was there. Shawn Mendes went there. Ed Sheeran went there. Beyonce.
So all the biggest artists because they're doing arenas.
And it's also 50,000 people, right?
Yeah, they probably have to perform.
Yeah,
there
and if they do it with the dome open, I think it's worse for the acoustics, but it's still the fucking coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
When the dome is open, Coldplay did back-to-back sold-out shows in 2017, I think, with the dome open, like beautiful summer day. I think it was like mid-August. It was right before I came to meet you at the start of your trip.
Okay.
Yeah, the year when we met in Switzerland.
Yeah.
They played back-to-back shows. Oh, man, crazy. They had those little like light-up bracelets.
That's dope.
Crazy. I'll show you a video after this.
Yeah, that's sick.
Wild.
Well, don't like, because the Super Bowl, like when they perform there, it's open at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, that's like a 20-minute like
fair.
show.
And they're like spending a couple million on the like they're really hyping it up in the acoustics and plays.
But did it sound good when you were there? Like,
yeah, I was just so like fired up. I'm like, the dome's open. I've never seen this. That's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like Chris Martin's like sick. Right?
Yeah, insane.
He's like arguably one of the best performers of our like lifetime. Basically.
Definitely. Yeah.
Coldplay's up there with everybody else. If you 100%. Think about like some of the biggest bands of the last
huge,
20 years, like,
huge. Yeah.
Arguably, anyways. Now Dream collab.
Dream collab. Justin Bieber, man.
That's fair.
Of course.
That's fair.
I would say The Weeknd, but I just like I respect The Weeknd as a singer so much that I wouldn't even like want to get on a song with him.
Really?
Just because like I think his voice is so like iconic and it's so unique. It's so his own that I wouldn't even want to like mess with that, you know? Justin Bieber, I'm like, yo, I got
The Weeknd is someone's like, you hear that, you can tell it's him like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he has that like Michael Jackson iconic voice, like the high. Yeah, so Justin Bieber.
Okay.
If you were with Justin Bieber and you collabed with him and then you have to shoot a music video, can you dance with him?
100%, yo.
Oh,
yeah, I can move. I can dance, yeah. I actually just did, I filmed a music video not too long ago where we had like a big dance crew come out and stuff. Cool. So I kind of like, I didn't like dance, but I like, you know, did a little song. Yeah. But they were amazing. They actually, a few days after the video we shot, they went to Canada's Got Talent and they got the golden buzzer.
No.
Come on.
Pretty wild, yeah.
That's a pretty big
deal.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
let's
really
talk about
dope.
this. What music video was it?
It's for a record that is unreleased at the moment.
So it's not out yet.
No, it's not out
okay.
yet, yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about it? Okay, so talk about it. This.
We can talk about it? Yeah.
This is your time to shine. Come on.
Can I like say
this
the
is
name
this
of
is
the
a nice
song
promo part.
No, maybe not. Oh shit. Yeah, maybe not the name. But it's an unreleased record that is coming out at the end of the summer, I believe. The video is crazy. I'll talk about the video because the video is insane. So it was like this huge. The whole concept of the video is like a chase between me and this girl. So it kind of started off where I was like we filmed it downtown Toronto. So it was crazy. Yeah, I was walking, kind of like doing my own thing, and this girl like bumped into me, pickpocketed me, and then it kind of started the chase.
Fucker.
Yeah, fucking. But yeah, so it was like this huge chase scene, and then it went back and forth from like me and her running, and then the dancers, and then by the end of the video, we both got hooked up to like this crane. And they like hoisted us up in the air and I was like floating around and everything. It was crazy. I was like 20 feet up in the air just floating around and shit. It was crazy. It was really good.
Nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like this whole chase. And then right at the end of the song, before we float up, like I go to grab the wallet that she stole from me. And right before I grab it, we like float up and shit. So
is it supposed to be like a chase, like a metaphor for like a love story or something? Or
yeah, so I don't want to give away the title because it's like the whole punchline, but yeah, once the title is out, like it'll make sense why there's chase. And everything. So it plays into the title of the song, and it's this whole story that follows the song. So yeah, but it's definitely the craziest video I've ever filmed. So I'm cool. Super excited to put it out.
Well, awesome, we're excited to see it too.
Yeah, man.
Any shows coming up?
Not as of right now. No, I just did my first show like a few weeks ago, so I'm still fresh. Still waiting for the next one, but yeah, no shows as of right now.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned. I'm sure Ali will let us know too, and we'll follow you on social. So if it does come up, me and Georgie will be there. We'll drag Danielle with us too, and we'll have some fun.
We'll have that moment like when I give you the mic and you
hey, that's you callback.
Shit. I did it, bro.
There you go. You see, it happens always.
Every episode. Hell yeah.
You're a natural. Your first podcast, you're meant to be on.
Let's go, bro.
There you go. Could not have worked out better.
Let's get it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? I was actually gonna ask you like 10 minutes ago. Hey, is there anything that we're missing? Because I know that we do this thing where like we go off so many tracks that we miss the thing. So
yeah, we can talk about that. So like just the writing process.
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us about the writing process.
Yeah, so I usually start writing songs like it's either something I love to write about like actual real experiences. Like I have trouble writing a lot because if nothing's going on in my life, I'm like, what do I write about? So I usually only write music like when something new happens, or like I have a crazy experience, or it's like real life experiences I love to write about. So yeah, I usually just start on either the guitar or keys, couple chords, nothing crazy, and then I just start freestyling melodies. It's like, it literally sounds like gibberish for the first like 2 hours. It's me going like, na, 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 na. And then once I kind of figure out what I want it to sound like, I'll have like a rough recording of the gibberish, the freestyle part. Then I'll just listen to it and kind of plug and play lyrics. Cause like while I'm freestyling, I'll say words, and I'll kind of like, I'll come up with a theme if I don't already have one. And yeah, it's kind of like this skeleton of a puzzle. And then with the mumbles and the melodies and the few words, I just like plug in words and then kind of write. So it's very like kind of the same way how I got into music, very organic. I would say like my writing and creative process. I'm not one of those artists that like thinks of something months before, like I want to write about this. Like I have trouble doing that, honestly. I like to write about stuff that happens like in real time.
Do you find that you write better songs when you're happy or sad?
Probably sad, honestly. Yeah. The first song I ever released was right after my first breakup. So I honestly don't think I would have put out music when I did if it wasn't for me getting dumped. Like I got dumped and I was like, I'm putting out a song. I was like, the first thing I thought of was like, yo, I'm putting a song out. It was like my way of getting back at the girl.
We've had so many musicians on lately, and they all kind of say the same thing. It's like when something bad happens in their lives, they're so mad, but in the back of their head, they're like, I know I'm going to write a sick song because of this.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, it's bad that it's, something bad's happened in your life. Obviously, that sucks. But on the flip side, it's like you're about to write some absolute fucking
banger.
heat.
Yeah, no, 100%. A lot of music for me has actually came from like that one breakup. So I've written about, I would definitely say.
Bro, don't worry. Taylor Swift writes albums.
Yeah.
She writes albums after each breakup, bro. You got lots.
I think, it's weird though. Why would it be easier to write when you're sad than happy? I don't know, but.
I need to date a musician. I would love to have like an album written about me. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Like crazy. Imagine like Taylor Swift just
I mean, I do know what you mean because I know you. I would never want that, but I know why Ricky wants that.
It'd be funny.
I feel that though. Like,
just go hitting hard. Damn.
You like showing everyone, yo, like this is about me, bro. You hear the song, it's about me, yo.
They'd be like, this guy can't even sing. Sucks at karaoke.
I wonder, like, if an album.
Tell me what you wonder.
If an album is written about you, like, or even a song, and you knew it was written about you, like, how would it make you feel? Because I was even thinking about it recently.
That's interesting, actually.
In the relation to comedy, I just thought this dawned on me. It's almost like similar. If it was really like, people don't get really like gutty and take low blows on songs, but they still throw some backhanded comments, some hidden meanings that probably only you know. It's almost like going on a roast for comedy, right? Maybe not to the same severity, but I wonder if you were the person that you knew, like
you knew like it was about you,
and then the whole album is just a bunch about you. Like, would you feel more like insulted that this is like your laundry's been aired out and that like you're on blast and your bad character traits and all that stuff and you're being painted a certain way? Would you feel the same way as if somebody like roasted you on Comedy Central?
You know what I'm gonna compare that to? A roast on Comedy Central is like a deep cut on the surface of your skin, whereas an album being written about you is like an internal like a bug in your stomach or something.
Yeah.
The cut might hurt deeper, like a roast would hurt initially, but it'll heal quickly.
It's like ripping an
album, album written about you, like that'll fucking sit for a while.
Yeah.
You think?
I would think so. Like a roast will suck originally, like that 30 minutes until you go home, you go to bed and you're like done, and you laugh about it the next day. An album written about you, man, like that'll fucking stink for years, man. Like,
yeah.
What do you guys think? Or sorry, you ladies think?
Well, for Taylor Swift example, they're all famous people, and then everyone knows who they did, and they're like, oh, it was Harry Styles.
It was kind of like cool in a sense.
I was gonna say, like,
I don't know, it sucked to me.
Like John Mayer.
Yeah.
In this like horrible.
Yeah.
An awful person.
Then that's what I mean. Like, so what I was saying is that they know that the people know who Taylor Swift dated before, so they know who she's referencing. So then now they see them in a certain light. So that's my point. Like,
It doesn't matter. Like if it's just you and you know yourself. Like,
and then as an artist, what do you do? If I'm Harry Styles, do I take the time of day to come out and assume it's about? Well, it's about you. But then is it like arrogant to be like, well, that didn't happen. I'm this. Like no one's gonna go and defend themselves after.
Yeah.
Because like. it's someone's song, it's their artistic creation. Like, you know, it's kind of, at least I make an assumption. I don't know if anyone's done this, but I don't think these guys are coming out and trying to like plead their case to the public after because you're.
Just like even like some of the rap battles that have happened.
Oh, yeah, rap battles. Yeah.
Know that the songs about them, they come in kind of.
Yeah. It's like a game.
Yeah,
like back
right,
and forth. Yeah.
It's back and forth. But
Yeah.
like my perspective is, if someone's writing a song about you, you had a breakup. It's probably gonna be sad.
Yeah.
You listening to a song right now, you're already in your feels. If you're listening to a song written about you,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, that's what I said, right? That would hurt.
What do you think?
Well, I'm just tripping out because I write those kinds of songs.
My man's just like, yo, fucking went down my ex. My ex.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I never thought about it like that. I kind of feel bad now.
Shit. I just messed this whole
That's
dynamic
wild.
here.
Yeah.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Don't worry.
No, but I don't think it would be fair for like let's say I write songs about people that have dumped me before. No, but
5 minutes ago he said I got dumped, so I wrote.
yeah,
a
let's just
song.
say if I did that.
Hypothetically, if I did that.
Now the quotations, and also the best part is only people on YouTube can see that you did the quote, so that they're gonna just. That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't think it would be fair for like that person to go out and be like, no, that didn't happen, like defend themselves because like at the end of the day it's art, right? And as long as I'm not singing like that person's specific name and like literally being like specific about a certain something that happened, I think
You're speaking about heartbreak in general, right?
Yeah, just whether it's
That person's gonna know it's about them or like inspired. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
exactly. Yeah, a lot of it is like, yeah, it's not well, for me personally, like when I write those kinds of songs, I'm not writing like on this day this happened. You know what I mean? It's you take that feeling and you use it to inspire like a whole story, a whole song, and
A creative release.
yeah, it's basically just like, well, for me, it's my way of expressing the way like those feelings. You know what I mean? It's my outlet. It's how I like cope with that feeling of heartbreak, sadness, or whatever. So I don't think it would be fair for that person to be like, you can't say that.
I think getting roasted on Comedy Central would be worse. If you're the shit that they say, I wouldn't care so much song was written about me because I just don't listen to the song.
Yeah.
I don't have a big enough ego. If someone said, hey, this song's probably about you, I probably just wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah.
Like
That's smart.
I
would have to listen.
I'm
to
not the kind of person that always likes
I don't think I
closure
could
and
not.
stuff. Like I'm just like, whatever, it is what
Yeah.
it is. Move on. Being Oh yeah, Ricky's jamming to it. Ricky's taking. Ricky's
Man, you know what sucks? Imagine if like it's just a good song that you like is written about you. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I gotta listen to this. As I'm like crying in my seat, like I love this song. It's
Well,
so good. You know that new Snapchat filter that people crying or they're still like
Yeah.
jamming out.
Yeah.
They did that when Pete Davidson broke up with Ariana Grande. They would play like as a joke on SNL when he would come on stage. They would play Ariana Grande music in the background.
Oh,
Just to kind of like
that's
throw
good.
jabs at him, which
That's
is like
good.
Fully said Nate.
Yeah.
For all her exes.
I know one of my
That's
exes
not
when
fair.
one of that song came out. What was the song called? Thank You Next. When
Oh.
the song came out, one of my exes, like we'd just broken up. Literally screenshot the part where it's like dated Ricky, he was a loser or something. What was the line about Ricky?
What?
There's a line about Ricky.
there's a line about Ricky. Yeah,
I
wouldn't know.
something about Ricky. Now I listen and laugh.
Yeah.
She
Something like that.
screenshotted that lyric.
There's like literally she screenshot it and was like, "Thank you next" or something.
Wow.
I literally got sent to about like 20.
Now I listen and laugh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and like literally like 20 people sent it to me. They're like, "Yo,
Ricky
you go."
didn't even have a song written about him, and a girl leveraged a song written about another Ricky to put Ricky on blast.
That's wild.
And not every time you hear that song, you're probably gonna think about that.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, I actually like the song.
But you know what I mean? Like it's still gonna always like you'll.
I chuckle though. I chuckle, right? It's like,
Yeah, right. Trying to be tough now. Hey, we know, fight.
anyways, George, you good?
No, I'm good. This has been a lot of
Preston,
fun,
you
man.
good? Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Appreciate you coming on. Taking the
Thank
time
you
to
guys for
chat with
having
us.
me. I
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
man. Of
Man,
course.
first podcast. I love
It's
it.
a pleasure,
Again,
yeah.
now, unless it's Joe
The
Rogan.
first one.
Unless you're going Joe Rogan, you're basically downgrading from this point
Yeah.
on. So, Joe Rogan's
Joe Rogan, hit me up, yo. I'm trying to go.
Us too.
Trying to go
Hey,
on
look,
there,
as stuff opens up, you have more shows and all that. As the career
Yeah.
progresses, we're happy to have you back on.
Yeah, I'd love
It's
to
been a
come
lot of
back,
fun shooting
bro.
the shoot with you, man.
Yeah,
Like, you're a
man.
really, really cool guy.
Thank you. Appreciate
bro.
it.
If people want to find out more about you, your music, everything you're doing, where can they go? How can they find you?
You can find me anywhere on all social medias, all streaming services at Preston Pablo. PrestonPablo. That's
Boom.
that.
I like it. You spelled it out too.
Yeah.
A lot of people
You gotta spell it.
A lot of
It's in
people
Kings,
forget to,
bro.
man. You'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post all the links in the bio.
Yeah.
If you made it to the end, we appreciate you. Give us all a follow, share with your friends. And other than that, signing off, pals. Cheers.